na area ye discuss me PM or Congress one.
Sure.
Aka enra MT and no because I am more of sponsorship any sika by for me the biggest discussion should be nkofo mu be ni sika mu di rami. E better na sustain na yesu by penti e bi kwa bekam. So we will come and discuss.
No problem.
First of all, my end discuss Congress no. Any the political undertones I womb with the decisions of third term and other. Mama started from Uncle George Free. Yes, Obia on a perspective to voting. And you more voted here. Barrage say I call Congress. Now there's a certain decision for football people to take. Now a move 114 a vote for. Now a move 6 a vote against. Now 3 abstain. There is no logic to say omo abstain yen ni omo vote here. A decision our volume at 114. No. There's no logic that can explain that. Inti mini Uncle George when he says, "Oh, Kotoko, the biggest club in Ghana, Abstaining, Wakala, your team at on the market, Abstaining, it doesn't speak any volume. Whatever volume I is speaking, Rich, it is less than 114 members of that Congress voting for Ayala. And that is the reason why today that decision has been taken and approved by Congress. Now, Rich, for clarity, Memaka say, yea and some trouble. Your Jumedie is to present facts. Say, you presenting facts in the now your opinion be share. The moment we get into the opinion zone, the only difference between me and you will be a OTM and also watch me. I say, be any pakoni, a GD say. Mimi I would do informed analysis than on opinion. But when it comes to the matter of opinion, Rich, you can share our opinion on any decision in our sports. First of all, Rich, young Kensi Supi say, out of Nkonform Congress, say, we are interested in the details of Omo Omututia any Omo Abstainia. This is the lineup. Rich, you started with abstinence now. No me answer. 3 votes. Vote me answer no. Aya kotoko 2.
And a bako account.
Bako account no is Ediana. And here and say Yana Nadoma Hene called the 2 Ediana reps Anomoko Congress National. Then gave them direct instruction. Send na kotoko for China na pinkade no. Omo muko gina aduana name no. This was the instruction, Rich. Osaje for Ajambedu say, "Min call for amoko Congress na se no. Abato for the third term no. You have to vote yes. Name no say person will beto yes na, then abstain. None of you should vote no. And it is either you are voting yes or you abstain from second to Abano. And to the 2 reps of Ediana, 1 voted yes, 1 to say through the conviction, on to yes as instructed. So he abstained. And to go for 3 on abstain 2 from Kotoko, 1 from Ediana. Omo vote against. Rich. Accra Lions reps me and Omoko Honino because Emir say last season, as at the time I not year prepare for the Congress, Accra Lions was a Premier League club. And to more 2 reps our Congress room or Omumi Nhyira 2 against. Carola dem penyifo in the koe. One of them was former media practitioner and now a lawyer. Lawyer Amande. Amande Obianim stands on this matter. He has spoken on public radio and TV. I was stating it clearly. He stands on this matter. Say on Jindi say it is a good decision to extend the term of the office of the president of the FA. Until a lawyer Monday voted no. And Ayala had divided votes, one for yes, a lawyer Monday for no. Same with Samates. Samates went into the Congress with 2 reps, Ora Edmond Aka and Ayenya Ayamba. Aka voted yes, Ayamba voted no. And Tinama votes no Ababe 4, 2 from Accra Lions, a lawyer Monday and Ayamba. There is no way Nhyira Dubiase, unless miracle, will vote yes. Because Yenyina Enim say Ora Abdul Salam as the thing clear say Ojiri say tetem no enya de ebeboa. So Nhyira Dubiase as a Division 1 club of 1 vote voted against it, making it 5. Then the last one, who else than Ralph Jamra of Brekum Chelsea, who also has on every platform I exercise his opinion. They say the third term they are unsupported. And to Chelsea also as a Premier League club, 1 voted for yes, then Ralph Jamra voted for no. And these are the 6 people who voting against, and I've already told you the 3 that abstained, the rest of the Congress, which is the 140, all voted yes. Now, Rich, this issue about third term, say obi a listener no here. And next Saturday, the person will want us to bring him what are the arguments. Say the be a finally so opinion be a obetimi say what are the arguments? Omo moka say yes. Omo moka say no. What have been their arguments? Now, Rich, because medical kasa, I belong to those say come here congressman, I would have voted for no. And that is what I am going to do. I am going to present the argument for those who say it is a good decision. Then I will counter it with my opinion why I think say come here congressman, I would have voted no. Dear Dikai, Rich, Emremuno. Omo say yankojin tumune say. And it's you see sometimes Rich, you can even vote for no, but you understand the argument of the yes people. Why they are making that argument. Omo say number 1. Emrebie Ghana limited the Ghana Football Association as an association and a company. Say omuntimi nko their higher decision making platform, which is Congress, and make amendments in their status, including the term of former president. Entiam Rebia Ghana.
And number 1.
That is number 1. Now, in the same legal argument, Rich, they extend the argument and say, Uko the mother body, Ghana Football Association, AM member, which is FIFA and CAF. The office of the president at FIFA, the office of the president at CAF, all have 3 terms for the presidency. And if they are to mirror the legal framework of mother bodies now, then BBNC will quite legally for them to also streamline almost status to mirror that of FIFA and the CAF. So in the same legal framework, that is what they are saying. Then Rich, in the same legal framework, I must say the status of the FA, as at the time when Omunya Mene gave the ESCO members of the same GFA the opportunity to go 3 terms. But Obianim said in the operational running of the FA, Rich, the office of the president is just a member of the ESCO. Anything special here if you go through the status of the GFA. The office of the president, which is the GFA president, or you're just a member of the ESCO. Only executive powers, only veto power, only extra votes or ESCO meetings, only BBA extraordinary BR. And the Argentina, in fairness, say me a member of an ESCO. Na ESCO no as a body. Let me quote 3 terms. Why do you exclude my office, which is just an outlet of the ESCO, not to also have the same right to also go 3 terms? And when you say, majority of those people are almost going to vote yes and say, for them, and yet Bibi to say some huge amendment bi no mukwakoyo. They are only going to correct an anomaly in the status. Because omujini say ebia a buffer normalization for the news say if they enshrined
and for so be
yes 3 times ESCO nidia which the president is part of the ESCO then be anyway so it's just François they are going to correct. That has been the argument of the Congress members. Now Rich, the extension of that argument and that is why I come in with my own people in September. And I've always said it will be my point when it comes to in September and you making your points. Rich, I think so. We should always leave room for consensus building. And waive the rights to paint the picture and the impression say, as a year some for yen and yansan in our way trim. And that the year becano. So Obinia Yadia just in Pacono. I've always said that say, look, we are not entitled to say your opinion are final and binding. Sadian,
we can only share our opinion.
And let's be liberal in that. See, I can say adieu coming with young Fanko A. Near Fanko A. It doesn't mean no more be no damn people and say, oh we nim the Omoyana say, Sebi Ominim Yansa. They just hold a different opinion to you. Now, Rich, why am I saying that? Yawai, the biggest association for sports journalists is SWAG. I'm a member there. But I know say if you are they are members of SWAG. And Obioti Mibiana the Sports Writers Association of Ghana. Ye Ghana Central from which ye no. Yes, the association no. And they said the football fund belong to the GFA no. Ye association SWAG. Rich, if you say many fear. Your senior colleague and our father, Kamna Yeboah, has been president of SWAG.
Xander.
And God knows the number of times I work as president. And he said, what to say? In some Choni be a member of SWAG. Onon Association, you know. The president of Onon Association, you know, has been there. And maybe we call limits, sir. On Metina Radio, so that Enkancha will say, Sebi, your senior colleague, Kamra Yeboah, I don't know whom Mugabe. And that Ghana Mrakran, you did 8 years, I didn't know. Oh, yes, our argument in it.
Ayala, we should hear these arguments, okay. Swag now the example. Whatever decision be on the call on meeting on Betikino. Sabi at the end of the day, any bearing on mine so. Football there, yes, a Kubia, ni pebinati. But we are on mine as a country. Sabi, yes, so. Whatever decision be on Betikibian, it affects us. Which and the other thing, you enjoy almost a nomonia don't pay. Who say, maybe, and you enjoy almost a moment you don't pay. Okay, medical culture say, me, I would have voted for no, and I'll come and make my argument. Okay, but I'm saying, say, as a matter of principle. Sure. As a matter of principle. So we in Semchoni. Now, so I say, the Ghana Football Association members, Sebi, Nyansa Nimua. And you are saying Yansan because you can't even phantom why FA president must go more than 2. Who association are joining? The president of your association has been there. You've never raised any issue about it. When people raise the issue of so say now my president in 8 years. Now they tell GFA president and you compare the FA presidency to the president of Ghana. If someone approaches you, say we are SWAG member, no catch us okay. Then must we compare SWAG as an association? Any presidency also to the president? Will you be fair in your argument? I am only talking on matter of principle. Okay. Now, Rich, this is why I land on this matter. Sure. Now, you moving on. Didn't you make me a Congress member? I would have voted against him. Again, it's same on the matter of principles. Matter of principles. And let me say, area say, Rich, the moment you deviate from your principles, then you are being greedy. And you are not being conscious of where you are coming from. Rich, your free normalization, I hear the first election at the FE. ora ketokreku ewini ye no. When the ESCO met, na omudi slogan ever wanting to say we are in a new era of our football. What was the slogan? Bring back the love.
Sure.
Rich, when they were talking about bringing back the love, who were they quoting that love from? Ghana. Was it within the Congress or was with the general citizenry of Ghana?
Got a perception out there na a fa football no sabi enye enkoyi
medawasi. Enti unim ye fi baby ni eba o. And the slogan of this current administration reflects where we are coming from. The reason why normalization eba Ghana football mu na omu be yi omu djumedie na omu hand power to the football people. Their first approach to Ghanaians was to court us to bring back the love, and say they recognized at that time, say we the citizens are very important in the running of football. Rich, the moment you recognize, say, Charlie, a new man see in the past few months and years, the public perception of football are damaged, and kofuni areshemu in the administration of football in this country. Among kofo developing their bonifian strong apathy towards football. Okay, football asema, people get angry. Who bought the office of the GFA president, people get angry. There's a lot of corruption perception in the minds of Ghanaians about the football. And now we will say we should bring back the love. Now, Rich, in contributing to our perception, now we're Ghana for team. No, one of the major pillars was Kwesi Nyantakyi and his office as the president of the FA. What was the major criticisms against Kwesi Nyantakyi? People say, Ora, what be some?
So Mugabe.
What be ye also here? Why you see? There were allegations that people had no evidence to. A lot of them. But Rich, as a matter of principle, they are not Ghana for no BIA that didn't need any evidence. Was that? Ne ejiri Kwesi Nyantakyi watch onko no obi mrebi obi so betimi the fresh ideas obi crowd personality and the image can even change the perception at the FE. Rich, it is bounded in Sadiana na Ghana for GDA wom being carried through the normalization nti and omuye status no sa no. It was because of where we are coming from. And in inform Dr. Kofi Amu say Charlie, say engage citizens na any football now, the baby and say, look, we should limit the power and the stay of one key office in the FA, which is the presidency. And to Rich, me busao. When the Bring Back the Love was launched, is the current Congress telling Yaya Bontini say, within this 6 years, Sanyo mani nyinano, oma ye ho adwuma
the love back.
You get it? So omu survey. Ghanaians now turned from why they launched Bring Back the Love to a romance story of yapebo ni biem. Yenye GDA wo football administration mu biem. Bibia ya okay with us. Enunti na afe omu gidi say they can go back and ignore the same thing that formed the apathy perception na. Rich, Sankoma your research kakra, and their answer will be a big no. And that should be the reason why they must still stay in that lane. Say omusube bia, omudisishin bia no will go along with how they can bring us back to love the game, change our perception. Let us have the impression say, oh, and go for football ni ye muntia. And yet the omo to me be omo pe omo betina wache yebe wa omo yebe bo omudi attach to nyoma enunti no moti ho. It's a member of Congress are rich. That would have been my argument. Say, Massa, the Bring Back the Love slogan had an intention. It was to correct a certain perception. We are not even halfway through. saa deɛ na yɛ pɛ sɛ yɛ correct no ɛno nti moma yɛnhyɛ yie na yɛamfɛda and depin saa deɛ na we really wanted to correct no with this decision and our behavior. And Rich, that is me. The reason why I would have voted against Sa 3 term no any day but this is politics of the FA. Someone will win, someone will lose. Rich.
Black wisdom, I say swag GFA NSA Gaga. I don't want to talk about it. The fact that they hold a different opinion is not a problem, but we all know they are doing more harm to our game and they must leave. Black wisdom and this message the Abakovi.
Yeah.
If I'm wrong,
Rich, media, my stance on it is based on more of the effect on their person on their born rather than individuals. Makani several times and me will be a mempen nipa idiom Hong Kong. If the conversation is based on say Kete Pianaso pay yama Kete and as maketa, I'll recuse myself. Because me pesa again. 3 times never Ghana Bobana said more simple and titia.
From that angle.
Yes, then we are done. Everyone say more. Because it is true, it is in line with best practice. But also, it is also important say, whilst that's in line with best practice now, situation I saying, is this going to be good for us? And to be very honest with you, Rich, for a lot of people who believe that football is a public opinion good, it's a public good, public good beyond what you need is that you need to be right in the opticals, optics, and they say almost perfect. And it doesn't look like the optics is right, especially if it is being done. Some is like here to Samson twice. But see, okay, fine. Optics no engemano. Ono kasa ja to waka say onye na adwin so be contest oni kan nye na adwin. But when we take Ketias Okreku out, sadly and never boy ana does it help us? You won't be paying. That is why for a lot of people who argue against the motion, they tell you say when we had Mr. Kwesi Nyantakyi sit in there, it was to the extent that there was a lot of power drunk. Rich, power corrupts. Absolute power. It corrupts absolutely. And nothing that we are seeing be you don't give people who hold absolute power unlimited time or even more time than usual. So it is you see, whatever you do, the GFA has a bearing on a lot of things that Yeye Okroma say. Which you only people want to ma Nenije tied to Black Stars in Kanko. And Black Stars in yes, Black Stars in Kanko and the Kotoko near the Adini. You see, and it's important that if governments want to really get the football to be done in the right way, we need to find a way to redefine the organizational structure of the GFA. Because you see, Black Stars no your biggest brand. And being managed by the GFA. But this GFA technically reach on what you are saying is called to down one bobo. And it is because Tourism believes, oh, you explain the matter for me, but it doesn't hold water. It is me just shouting and then me come and the ends there. Nobody takes that serious. Exactly. It is a truly yes. See, we want to have a proper stake in the conversation of Black GFA and seminar. Government should find a way to be involved in that conversation. And you just
FIFA frowns on that.
No, FIFA doesn't frown on government having an opinion on the running on the FA. FIFA does not.
Say Biana could take a decision.
No, Obianka said government can go take a decision. But they are partners, Makacho. Time now, I bind that down one. Nipa no me journalist saying Omoka say, oh, I bind for bar, or me journal for the go Makacho say and on a Kasakwa. The most important thing is to see the FA as a partner. Then find ways. So if really you want things to be done well, so at this point in time, if you listen to a lot of things, what's here chief director from the ministry now, Rich, she ran away from almost everything about 3 terms. She didn't give an opinion, a professional stand of the ministry on the 3 terms. It was clear. So So you see a proper representation for Timemufwa. You can't just leave it to FA and Clubs Association. Rich, club no kokot now. Or say for the very first time. Say, oh, we need league on 2 million. One of the man or one administration.
GFA.
30 years of critical administration. It has one person 30 years of critical pushes. Do you think the majority of the clubs will say no?
I'm saying unprecedented.
They're getting good money. These are
2 million.
These are businessmen. It's truly. If it's about NIPA, me, marketing people, representation of the game, and it's money there, then Mr. Government should find a way and represent the people over there. Because it is not enough
So, sir,
for 30 plus million for being represented by club owners and representatives.
So, because of 2 million Ghana cedi now do be winning a league, you know.
Yeah.
Ebenya no inform the decision of Omo call for that.
Yeah.
Then Nipa no far from right.
Yes, and then bad thing for them to. And you are the money for the clubs to accept that. And you are the money because club no oya juma. O see a league ni sikanim. And Nipa no di anim na di 2 million about brains on financial league. Na Emma league enkosoro. It is what says can ono who say Nipa nas Nipa money ni. It is perspective. The glass may be half full, it may be half empty. It may me tia say me makani several times. So what I say, so these are good input into the league clubs. These are positives. Rich, see, I like a story about the input of certain opinion leaders. Oh my say, Rich, like chiefs of paramounts, and young crack that called clubs representatives and say, from where we sit. Ye person want to form. So we say they want to abstain. Abstain any against who? Abstain say me sure. Intimin kabi. Why? It's interest. And there's nothing wrong with interest too. Ebi a club no more run the they believe says omun yes kabi say that. No papa ye dwuma ye your boy boy. Inti ne yentum ko hono.
Ye da bia nya bia di.
Yes. Me ana me pen na de na we nya ni papa na we say no so die. No. Enya de papa. Let us talk about the matter. Me, what's the GFA president? GFA president say a anomaly.
I'm from so.
Anomaly, it's a mistake. I'm from so. I na crack up for the cement normalization. Maybe your money pass. Mimi nyaya. Like we go back to Mr. Kofi Amwa
and ask him.
He is the chief. Nah, from so an money pass. Because me crown me I've been asking this question. I didn't see my executive.
Ebi so at said the na Ayala kano. I'm also engaging the mood of the Ghanaian people.
Then we miss that opportunity. And I have heard Ayala say this thing before about missing opportunity during normalization to do certain things. Then we missed an opportunity. Then maybe during normalization, we did ourselves a disservice. Because open the 3 terms are in normalization. Obi be 3 terms. Open the 2 terms, ESCO, GFA president, 2 terms, Obi Anko. Unless me the only arguments and where I'm trying to say okay, it will make sense to say be continuity. Say be a GFA president for Beba. It is ESCO for the Dana or Ba almost on in Semna Buano. It's any 2 terms or 3 terms. But even that.
But what about we also extending these questions, and then try to find where the loophole to FIFA. Say, normalization by they came to assess a certain situation, and omujina so a status be mine. Omoya status in along the way they informed more why they are taking this into account, and doing the things this way, that way. And I'm so okay. Per the much any day, and ye FIFA, ye just status where more normalization from the Abano, ye gitum. Now, when the Ghana Football Association actually the new amendment to FIFA, and then they wanted to increase ESCO, almost say Derby, they are on. So why didn't FIFA tell Ghana Football Association say the normalization for catching the reason why they've given you 2 terms? You did say, I had the sebi munyam try. And also so no, maintain this year.
I also think that there's one huge gap with FIFA.
But I'm always FIFA.
Especially when any then why do you allow that? Because and also you're informed by what normalization told you.
Because technically, CC and Omo mirror FIFA. It's the engine and two different for FIFA is the FIFA na Canada or 3 times. It means I am a boss. That means me do it.
The way nebia.
See, I'm confounded on my day. Which you see, one shenia and Debian Prime Bonus. Man, shenia, the people that listen to us, ebe push you, and then after that, you make huge mistakes. You do set rich. I'm saying that there are people who hold of high value. In Kofu be companka, ode, some cats, ebe jay, and crossing, they have abstained. Who am I? You should do more.
What? Sikasem because of a raining, you know.
Rich,
we say running from this angle. Sustainability.
Yes. Massive is simple.
And there because 2 million they more there. You see, at least you can next year 3 million, 4 million, 5 million.
Me only baby papa to say.
Kitu ebina yama for them.
A 2 separate sponsorship. And I say investment in
2 million for
first one
national
for the
teams.
National teams and first one for the league. Sika to 2 din Congress national. Rich, simple. Clubs no more Congress. Any omonijia omo edi welcome investment, any investors. There is only one advice to them, Rich. Eye omo subai any omo professionalism and be maintaining these investments and even bring more investors. Omo suban any omo professionalism and be maintaining these investors and even bring more. Bibia wom bi asama makan bibia wom
3 points we ebeje
suban any professionalism. Now Rich national team no emi 2005 to 2006 President Kofo and Osafo Mafo brought Go Face Takwa Damai. Rich from 2006. By the time we do 2010, we had 13 sponsors for the Black Stars alone.
Yeah, called Sarbeka 2010.
Yes!
13
sponsors. So many Takwa Damai buy. You na Guinness Aba, na Unibankaba, na Rice Master. You can add.
I think Blue Plains B.
Yes!
Yeah.
Rich 13. My yes idea that's why offered it can come. Rich, gradually after 2010, we lost all of them. I didn't hear. National team, and your almighty team, Rich. And your coach to me. Allow the national team, ne communication, ne culture, ne operations to be transparent and reflect the national spirit. Tietia. That is the only way any Ghanaian corporate at in China Obeka said this brand represents the Ghanaian spirit. And to me, Sika Ebaba Beshim. The moment you detect, say, the national team is being run in a way that doesn't resonate with the national spirit, Rich, people will abandon it just as after 2010. From 13 sponsors, we came to none. And your foot, so over here, who the Rich Geji, as well making between 2006 to 2010, national team net saying. Now, Bossubia, look at every Ghanaian's attitude towards it. They were doing war. There were a lot of transparency. The culture of the team was now refreshing to every Ghanaian. But the moment that you do the peak of your performance after 2010, near started say their communication, their transparency, and no more be SAT and promote only the supporters so and promote sponsors and so. And if you want to also get more, send them to for now. Let the national team always reflect the spirit of the nation. Open up. Let people and your phone and yes, I know my Nti rich football simple. You want investment, you are getting them, but you must have a blueprint of how to maintain them and all multimedia demand and family.
Yami admo china so our the Accra Sports Stadium 5 p.m. and you the Gamanche omo a peace cup no so baso half the folk and out of lounge and the ebepim so no so no some but my catch say ewiema so aha and now the weekend so there ana so what in common I say ewiema ni weekend da enti agudie no me ankasa me bra pani super obondide o se udi obetufu amane nya free Monday Friday ye ntufu ti udi bia afutuo ni etu amfa mesrew enya maaji bia na yi maaji wo na unche da enyu huni a odi eno an so use case condom tie na mo ho ban na wankofa yade bia anso amfa ama ho nti very nice so nti bebe bia utie mi bia no okwa pharmacy no aka chen so ope case condom sanse no na ebitimi enso abo sanse